Welcome back. Now, the Supreme Court has issued an order to round up and impound all stray dogs in Delhi. Ashmit is here to tell us more. Ashmit, what are you picking up from this order from the Supreme Court?
Well, a highly emotive issue this as far as stray dogs and the spread of rabies is concerned. This was a case where the Supreme Court had taken suo motu cognizance. Now, what's important is that there are sweeping directions that the Supreme Court has issued. The Supreme Court is essentially saying that the time for compromise is over. There is no space, there is no reason at this stage to hear animal rights activists at this stage, and going on to say that the need of the hour, according to the Supreme Court, is to round up all the stray dogs and to move them outside the city, to move them to dog shelters. That's the direction that the Supreme Court has given. The Supreme Court is very clear that the rights of animals cannot weigh against those who are affected by rabies. Rabies does not have a cure. All of these arguments weighing on the minds of the Supreme Court. And at this point, the Supreme Court making it clear, in fact, at one point also making a reference to an old Hollywood movie, The Good, the Bad and the Ugly, saying that when it's time to shoot, don't talk. And with those words, the Supreme Court has directed for rounding up of all the stray dogs, saying that we want Delhi to be free of stray dogs. We don't want any stray dogs affecting people, affecting students, children, people going for walks. And on that count, asking for these dogs to be rounded up. As to where will these dogs be taken? Well, the second direction that the Supreme Court has given is that there need to be dog shelters, dog pounds that need to be set up by the Delhi government, by the MCD, by the NDMC, and these dogs need to be put there. However, importantly, no safeguards have been issued by the Supreme Court as to what conditions the dog will be kept in. One important message, however, that the Supreme Court is keen to send out is that as far as these dogs that are rounded up, they cannot be released once again back on the roads. That's a clear message. And in fact, the Supreme Court also disallowed for a plea that was asking for adoption of these stray dogs, and then going on to say that it's time to act now. There is no room for sentiment, and that this is an issue which is pressing, which is on the minds of the court, and with that asking for all stray dogs to be wound up from the streets of Delhi.
Sure. Thank you so much for that, Ashmit. But with that, it's a wrap on this edition of Business Lunch. We're leaving you with a green-looking screen. Don't go anywhere. Midcap Radar takes all of the action forward.